Short and sweet. Bill and Ted face the music.
Short and sweet. Bill and Ted Face the Music. We watched that this week, and we're going to give you a pretty quick fire chat about what we thought about it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. I'd given it a 7, but I watched it again and a few things let it down, I reckon.
Something changed. Alright, go. What let it down?
It's time travel pushed to the extreme.
Yeah, I was going to say about that. If you ignore all the time travel rules, it makes watching this a lot easier, because it really makes no sense.
Makes no sense, people.
Imagine if I said to you that we live the way we do now because we won World War II. Would you then have a panic about whether that was going to happen or not in the past, and need to go back in time to make sure that what has already happened happens?
This makes no sense.
Why would you introduce variables? I don't know.
I thought kids would like this, so it's kind of a family adventure.
Yeah. Bill and Ted were good. We got Severus Snape and discount Sean Penn. Yeah.
I thought all the characters were good. No one let it down, but nobody stood out for me because there were so many characters. And
Death was good. Death was always good. I thought Caleb was good. The robot.
Yeah, he was okay.
Funny. He was sort of like what Death was like in the second movie.
Yes, he was the Death character. Death was in this.
I was going to say that about Death, is that he predates the character. The portrayal of Death by William Sadler predates Bill and Ted. Like, he'd used that in some skit or in some play, and then he brought it to the audition for the second movie, and then he used it in the movie.
Hey.
Information. When they went to hell, it wasn't as cool as in the second one. It was way more bland and like Windows desktop background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
like a blatant foreground and then a blatant green screen background.
Yeah. The second one had the character of practical effects.
Yeah.
And this kind of lacked.
Yeah, compare that to like the robot in that, when they were robots in the second one, and they're like pulling their own face off to show the robot head underneath, and how that looked quite awesome.
Yeah.
And in this, it's just like a CG dude who's just like,
like explosion of graphics around him. Eh? Yeah. The CG in this I thought was pretty poor, or like unfinished or something, because this.
Yeah, there's fully moments where you're like, whoa. I thought the makeup was pretty bad too on some characters. Like Death in one of the promotional images, he's got like this real mottled, clumpy looking stuff on his face. And I was like, oh, okay, so the actor's aged really badly. But then I saw the actor being interviewed and his face is all smooth. And also Keanu Reeves looked kind of puffy as well. And I don't know, is that just because we're used to seeing him with a beard? Or he looks like my grandma.
Can't say that about John Wick.
Yeah, but when he has a beard, he doesn't look like my grandma. She had more of a strong handlebar moustache.
Weird without a beard.
The daughters, what did you think about the daughters?
Yeah, I thought the daughters were really good. Well, not really good, because no one was really good, because they weren't given a chance.
They were.
They were okay.
Good actors.
Yeah, they were good actors.
Doing impressions of their dads.
Yeah, like I said before, no one let it down, but no one really shone, but they didn't let it down.
So, can I just check something, because I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
Did Bill call his daughter Ted? And did Ted call his daughter Bill? Or did Bill call his daughter Bill? And did Ted call his daughter Ted? I can't remember. I'll look it up and I'll wang it in right here. They play guitar, they like represent rock music. The guitar gets played a lot in this movie, and it's always like this. Are you ready? I'm playing guitar. Man, it's good. Wow, what is he doing? That's technically amazing down there. We'll never see. And also, when we do see people's hands and they play the guitar, no correlation whatsoever.
No.
And in the last movie, you had like Steve Vai playing the guitar in the background for people, and you had members of Faith No More in it. It's like in this one, you've got clearly the worst, like, I don't know what you call it, like dubbing for guitar, like fake guitar playing matchup. Why not just cut into someone's hands?
They'll have an official name, that type of thing, and you can just wang it in here.
Wang it in here. In 2020, man, there's so many awesome guitar players. that you can find on YouTube who would just film your hands and we'll green screen it in or whatever.
If they watch this, they'll all be disappointed.
Yeah.
There's a bonus scene after the credits where
Bill and Ted just have a jam, like in a one shot, one take, one camera. None of it matches, as you were saying earlier. Like he's doing the big Pete Townsend swing and pick and strike, and nothing's happening. And it's like the guitar's going. You're like, what?
Yeah, but if you can look past the fact that none of this makes sense,
also
it's an average movie.
Another thing I thought about there was that, as they're representing rock music and rock is pretty much dead, there are some bands that are still going. Why not represent those people, the popular people from now? Come on.
There's a moment, I won't spoil it, but it kind of undoes a lot of the first two movies. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah. It felt like that a bit towards the end where it's like, well, we got to get to this end, and the end has to make sense, so
let's do something, the most nonsensical thing.
This is the only thing we can do now that means that they have impact at the end, so they had to. The movie kind of suffers from having too much of the daughters in it.
It's too much of everybody.
It should just be Bill and Ted, mainly, and interacting here and there with all those other characters, but there's like full-on different stories going, so.
Yes. It's
90 minutes.
It's 90 minutes, but it's tried to be a mashup of the first two movies and more. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So none of it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, maybe worth a watch.
But having said all that, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's got a light heart. It's funny. If you compare like the jokes in this to like the ones in Pixels,
there weren't any jokes in Pixels.
The Adam Sandler movies, someone has to start yelling. Because it's like, that's the big symbol, the big sign that now's the funny times. I'm talking funny. I'm screaming. I'm screaming!
So you're making me laugh.
Just so you don't think about it whatsoever. It gets to the end and it just cuts off abruptly. It's just like,